So if you could, in the most distilled way possible, what's the difference for you in terms of one big public policy issue that would be different for you if you were mayor and Vincent Gray were not?
Well, I think one of the biggest differences is that I'd be the leader of education reform. Vince Gray sits in the sidelines and says, and it's all focused on Kaya Henderson and other folks.
But didn't he do early childhood as the council chairman?
Well, frankly, when I was on the school board is when we started programs for 3-year-olds in our schools all day.
Okay.
So that started with me on the school board with Dr. Janey. And then Vince Gray came in with pre-K for all. But I started that. And so, in terms of school reform, I've shown in Ward 6 where we have a waiting list at every elementary school, and we're adding 3 new public elementary schools by working with parents, where this administration is closing elementary schools across the river and elsewhere, that I can do this. Now, let me tell you, I'm inclined to keep Kaya Henderson as the chancellor of the school system, because education reform will be led by me. It won't be, that's, under Kaya Henderson. I know that I can change the school system. I've done it in Ward 6. We've got a waiting list of families to get into our schools. We're adding public elementary schools, and under this administration, they're putting children on buses to schools for the first time in years, over at River Terrace, where they closed the school. The gold standard of a neighborhood is having a school in walking distance to every family that they can get there, say, in 10 minutes. It's a reason to live there, not a reason to leave there. I know I can do it because I've done it.
Certainly for elementary schools that would be true, but the many of the parents around town who've talked to me and people I talked to, including the chancellor, is what is the city going to do for the bridge time of the middle schools?
Absolutely.
Everybody comes to the D.C. schools, and then many parents take their kids and run to the suburbs.
And that
for the middle schools.
And that is exactly where I'll provide the leadership. We will have a mix between the traditional public and the charters, that parents will have a choice, but they'll also be able to get first preference. That parents need predictability. First, they need to know where their child's going to elementary school as a matter of right, and that it's a good school. But for moving forward, they need predictability. And the fact that this administration's not been able to blend the resources of the charter schools in an accountable way with the traditional public schools is a lack of leadership at the top. That will be different. I'll be in charge of the schools, and I know that I've certainly reformed the schools at the elementary school level no matter who's in charge, and that's why I'll keep Kaya Henderson if she wants to stay, and she can work under my program.
So are you